This is World Comics Review, and I got my Narzak 2-pack. Actually, it's a Narzak Renzo 2-pack. So we have $4.99, and we have Impossible Stars, which you can't tell is Impossible Stars from the cover because it's just got this logo, which I don't know if you can see on the camera. Let's try different angles. I'm sure. Oh yeah, I can see it now. Yeah. I'm looking at a postage stamp size screen on the camera, but yeah, you can see the logo now. So if we look inside, we can see that it is Impossible Stars. A story by Richard C. Meyer and Chuck Dixon, and art by Renzo Rodriguez. And this one is a $4.99 by, of course, Narzak, so your boy Zach, Richard C. Meyer, and Narwhal, of course. So let's skip to the unboxing of these, which was like 3 or 4 weeks ago now, and then jump into the reviews. Anyway, I had some happy, although heavy finds, so I decided to come back to the flat, and the postman stuffed his package in my box. Anyway, after he'd done that, he gave me a letter, so let's see what this is. Got a fair idea actually, but let's get it unpackaged. This is not my address. This is the Japanese customs form. There's not another letter inside my address on a self-docs. Oh, I do have editing software now. Oh, that opened fairly easy. Cardboard. We have this. Okay, this is, oh okay, right, this is actually $4.99. I thought it was going to be Ninja Blast. Okay. Right, so yep, this is $4.99 and Impossible Stars from your boy Zach. So let's check this out in another video. Where the hell's Ninja Blast then? It's taken ages. Okay, this is $4.99, the most controversial book of Comicsgate, perhaps. You'll see why when I open the cover. So this is the first book by Narzak, which is your boy Zach, Richard C. Meyer, and Narwhal, as I said in the introduction, and I'm now repeating because I did the introduction a long time ago. So yeah, once the entire book was coloured like this, but the day before, well actually the day after I backed it, your boy Zach got some colouring guide, and also was watching far too much cartoonist kayfabe about Octobriana, which is kind of like supposed to be a Soviet dissident comic, but was actually by a Czech who had already left the Soviet Union, but was actually by an American, or some complicated nonsense like that. And anyway, he changed the colouring to this. So yeah, literally CMYK and only CMYK, with the occasional bit of brown. And there's something in, oh, that's the bits and pieces it came with. So yeah, to be honest, if he'd announced that colouring change the day before I backed it, I'm not sure I would have backed it, to be honest, but what's done is done, and I've got it now, so yeah. And also the artwork is by Narwhal, who is also Comicsgate's most controversial artist, I expect. Zach insists that as you look at Narwhal's art, you just get it, but much like food in the Soviet Ukraine, not everyone does get it, so yeah, I don't get it. It kind of reminds me of a British artist called Jamie Smart, who was a heavy presence in the Dandy in its last months before it was cancelled. But yeah, at least Narwhal doesn't go calling people wretched, scabby vultures if they don't like his artwork, unlike Jamie Smart. So just before the Dandy was cancelled, it's like British Comics had their own mini proto Comicsgate, and it was kind of the vicious and nasty Comicsgate of 2017 at that. In 2011, 2012, yeah, 2012. So yeah, this controversial colouring, controversial art. What's the story like? Reasonable, I suppose. So the basic plot is that this kind of like the Cold War went hot at some point in the early 80s, and basically the USA has been fighting the Soviet Union ever since, but it didn't come to like ICBM nuclear exchanges for some reason. It's entirely a ground-based war in many theatres, and it's been going on for decades by this point. So it's kind of the entire society is like breeding all of its children to eventually be soldiers and fight in this war. And at one school, somebody, so they have to do 500 push-ups a day, And at this one school somebody spray paints. Sometimes I just like doing 499 on the big sports scoreboard thingy, no, West Hill High. So yeah, the authorities are trying to find out who's involved, and the main character was due to fight a duel with somebody, because they're dueling to the death in schools as well. He was due to fight like the star quarterback, but he got his hand injured and couldn't fight him, and everyone was thinking he faked the injury, but it turned out he really was shot in the hand by somebody. It's revealed who in the story, but that's kind of a spoiler, and probably becomes a major spoiler by the end. But yeah, basically this act of defiance drives the authorities half crazy, trying to find out just who 499 is. And there's also this club of like more arty students, and the main character used to be the quarterback before someone else took over and also stole his girlfriend, and he ends up joining this club now that he's kind of an outcast. And yeah, obviously coming from a kind of a militaristic, I guess you could call it far right perspective, but the basic story is this single small act of defiance, and the stated intention to commit further acts of defiance is enough to drive the establishment half crazy with rage, and they're desperate to have this witch hunt to find and punish the culprit who's said, "I'm going to commit an act of defiance," not actually committed one. So yeah, I'm sure you can, although it's coming at it from the other direction in politics, I'm sure you can dot the I's and cross the T's there, exactly what that's meant to be about. And yeah, reminds you of a lot of petty despotic regimes around the world where the authorities are desperate to cling on to power no matter how corrupt they are, such as Cuba and North Korea, Scotland and places like that. Anyway, the club is called the 499 Club, so you get this like mini print A5 size membership card of the club, and also the West Hill High Hall Pass for you're allowed to be out of class for the restroom, gun range, fighting a duel with somebody, detention, or seeing the office. And blank on the back. And there was something else as well. Oh yeah, I got a poster of Nexus, which is a comic that your boy Zach gave away with No, which I didn't buy, so I didn't get Nexus, but now I've got the poster of Nexus, but not the Nexus comic. So yeah, that's 499, CG's most controversial book. Decide what you will about the art style and the colouring. I get the story, but I don't get the art. That's yeah, make up your own mind on that one.